Good afternoon, YouTubers. This is video number 3, my third video of all time, talking about all things entrepreneurship. And if you notice something different, I have lights. I also have, this is a very special episode, I also have a very special guest in the studio today. My little girl, Sydney.
Hello, I'm Sydney.
Sydney is going to help me with our step 3 in our quest to define who we are as who I am as an entrepreneur. So if you remember, those of you who were with me last week, all 3 of you, we talked about asking ourselves some questions and taking our personal inventory to determine what advantages we can gain towards our quest for entrepreneurship. So question number 1 was, what are my skills? What specialized knowledge do I have? Well, I'll tell you a bit about myself as we go along. I know a lot about insurance. It's what I've done for a long time, and quite frankly, skip that. But what other skills or knowledge would you say that I have? What do you think?
Definitely when it comes to clothes. You're really good when it comes to fashion. And
I'm really good when it comes to fashion, and this is coming from my little girl. So according to Sydney, I'm pretty good with things fashionable. What else am I good at? I know a little bit about cars. I love cars. I don't know if I know enough. Well, I'm not going to kid you. I don't know enough to say go into business, but I love to tinker on cars and build model cars and so forth. But as far as skills and knowledge that I could use, I think that's probably going to be it. So
art.
Yeah.
He's an artist.
I know a little bit about art, but that comes to my second question. What talents do I have? And that's what I said. I'm not very good, but I love to draw. I've been drawing as long as I can remember. Would you say I'm decent?
Amazing. He's amazing at art. All
right. So I love to draw. That's a talent. I love to teach. I do a lot of teaching at work. After years and years of being in the same industry, I do a lot of teaching and coaching. And so I love to do that. What do you think?
I would say he's really funny. Like, he can make people laugh.
All right. Funny. So I'm a decent teacher. I like to teach. I love to draw. And Sydney says I'm funny. Okay. So another question that we asked, what do I have? What do I have access to? What physical apparatus do I have that could possibly help me out along my journey towards entrepreneurship? I have a camera. I have a computer. I have a lot of tools. I have every tool known to man, but I don't really know how to use them very well. So what else would you say? Or would you say that's it? I got tools, I have a computer, I got a camera. What else?
I guess that's it.
You got
lights now.
I got lights. Absolutely. So, all right. So I'm going to move on until I think of something different. So, the next question I asked was, who do I have access to? Who do I know? Because they say it's not what you know, it's who you know. So who do I know that could probably give me some type of an advantage when it comes to entrepreneurship? Well, I mentioned my best friend. He is an attorney, and I'm sure I could depend on him to help me out if I got into a jam, if I had a legal question of some sort. His specialty is tax, so man, I would love to say I needed his services one day. So I got him. I'll list Trey. Who else would you say that we know that could really help us with something? Nana, my mother.
Oh, yeah. My
mother's a seamstress. She can make anything when it comes to clothing and so forth. So I'll list her. Who else do we know? Do we know anybody else?
Carrie's friends.
Oh, we know a couple of videographers. We know a couple of photographers. So I have a few people artistically. I know a web designer that could help me out. My friend Christina, she could help out. So we got lots of people that we know. We know a photographer. We know a videographer. We know an attorney. We know a seamstress. So we've got a good list of resources that we could count on to maybe help us out in our quest for entrepreneurship. So the next question I asked myself was, what do I love? What is my true passion? Again, I'll say I love to teach. We talked about that. What else do I love? What would you say?
Cars.
I love cars. There's no question about that. I love to draw. Again, I would do that. You know, let's ask this question differently. if I could do something for free, what would it be? If I could do something every day, all day for free, what would it be? I would draw a lot. I wish I had more time to draw. I would draw. I love to read. I don't know how I could. I'm sure there's a way that I could come up with some type of entrepreneurship in reading, but I love to read. I love to teach and love to draw. Oh, you know what else I love? I love barbecue.
Oh yeah, he does.
I'm not very good at it, but I love to eat it. So, what else? I love music.
Oh yeah, he does love music.
I love music. I have a guitar. I can't play it, but I have a guitar. I wish I could play it. I can't play it, but I do have a guitar. I love music. But of all those things, I think the only true advantage that I would have if I were going to use one of them in entrepreneurship would be drawing, right? Mm-hmm. You think?
Yeah.
It's the only thing that I can do a little bit. A
little bit. A lot.
That's
You're so good at drawing.
Okay. Thank you. All right. So, here's a question, the last question that we asked last week. What do I hate? Because believe it or not, people solve a need and get rich doing things all the time by solving a very specific need. So what do you think that I hate more than anything else? You know what? I hate slavery. I hate modern day slavery worse than God hates sin. I'll tell you that. What else do I hate?
Spiders.
That's the thing I hate worse than anything else. I hate them so much. Yes, I hate spiders worse than anything. And I hate them so much that I could not do anything involving entrepreneurship with them, because that means you got to get near them or see them or touch them or kill. I don't even want to step on them. Sydney has to kill the spiders when we run across one in the house. So let's recap. Skills and knowledge. I know a lot about insurance, which is my job. I know a little bit about cars and a little bit about art and stuff like that. Talents. I love to teach. I love to draw. I'm decently creative, and that's always there for talent. And I'm funny. What do I have? I got a camera. I got a computer. I got a lot of tools. Sydney says I got lights. And by the way, what I ordered, I researched it online, and I ordered a Limo Studio light kit off of Amazon.
Put a link down below.
Yeah, a link down below. I don't know how to do that, but Sydney can help me put a link down below. And it was the Limo Studio LMS 103. It was only $55, which wasn't bad. So, yeah, we got that. And what else? Who do we have access to? I mentioned my friend Trey. I mentioned my mother, who's a seamstress. And who else did we mention?
Carrie.
We mentioned my son's friends. We have a videographer. We have a web designer. We have a photographer. We have a few creative people that could help us out as well. And what do I love? I love, like we said, I love to teach.
Travel. He loves to travel.
I love to travel. That's a good one.
Like around the world, yes. He's been everywhere.
Because I'm an international player. I love to travel. I love to teach. I love to draw. I love creativity. I love cars and racing and barbecue and music. So, and then what do I hate? I hate the bonds of modern day slavery. And I'll talk about that for those of you who don't know what I mean. You'll get used to me talking about that. And I hate spiders. We know that. And so I'm going to take all of these things that I learned about myself doing this little exercise, and I'm going to come up with, I think, my entrepreneurial project, and I'm going to share it with you all. Now, like I said before, you should be doing this too. I know I'm not the only one in this thing. You should be doing it too. Make your own list and get with me and Sydney and tell us in the comments what you came up with. I want to hear about it and reading this together. I'm making this up as I go along and learning as I go. And so hopefully we'll get better and better and better. I was told that I sound really nervous. I am nervous, but I'm not as nervous as I was last time. And I'm not as nervous as I was the time before that. So, do I sound nervous to you?
No, I don't think so at all.
Isn't it a little nervous sitting in your own house, making video, talking to no one but the camera? But I'm getting better and better and better. I'm gonna keep working with this thing and try to make these videos better, make them look better. I got lights now, so they're gonna look better. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna hone this list down, and we're gonna come up with a plan. We're gonna come up with a project, and I'm gonna share it with you all. You do the same thing, and hit me up again in the comments with what you come up with. I want to hear about it, man.
We'll like your comments and we'll reply to your comments and all that kind of stuff. Like, comment, and subscribe.
Exactly. Like, comment, and subscribe. So until then, until we come back, deuces. All right. Good afternoon, YouTubers. This is I said YouTubers. All right. Good afternoon. Seriously? All right.